Well, thrifting matters to me personally because I didn't grow up with a lot of money. So, getting clothes always had to be the cheapest available option. And I really wanted to express myself and be creative with my clothes. So being able to look through so many options and have them be at an affordable price is kind of cool. I probably first started thrifting on my own, at least, when I had my own disposable income. So I got my first real job around 2021. All of my paychecks would go probably to clothes at that point. This was before I had real things to pay for. Recently, I have at least been thrifting more for furniture than for clothes and getting my own apartment. So I kind of was reminded of the affordability of thrifting when looking for pieces of furniture. Both of the lamps in here I think are Goodwill lamps, and they just came completely as is. A lot of the books in here are thrifted from just a lot of different places. Every thrift store that I go to, I check out the books. This end table I got off of Facebook Marketplace. The end table on the other side of my bed I got from St. Vincent de Paul, which is one of my favorite spots. I think pretty much all of the picture frames were also thrifted. Definitely some of my Hot Wheels came from a flea market called Oddballs. My experience in thrifting used to mostly take place in the surrounding counties of Richmond, kind of where I grew up and around Bon Air. Once I started going to VCU, then I tried to check out kind of the thrift scene around the inner city, and it was definitely a shift. It seemed like most of the thrift stores in Richmond leaned more towards a vintage boutique kind of a vibe instead of actually the cheapest available options, and the prices seemed kind of on par with just buying clothes firsthand, because I think they're leaning into that rarity of the clothes as opposed to just giving it a second life. Most college students are either working their way through college or, running on limited funds, either given to them by the school or by their family, and you still want to be able to kind of have fun with those funds, even if that means frivolously buying clothes, or even, buying clothes for the purpose of self-expression. And so I think it's important to allow that form of self-expression to be kind of affordable.
It's hard to shop at those places after you come here, and we hear that all day long. $2 for a pair of shoes. Granted, they're used shoes, but still you can get, if they're a good brand, you might not have been able to afford before. My name is Beth Shantz, and I'm the store manager of the Thrifty Quake. It started out, as it is pretty much now, just a way for people to resell, recycle, reuse items, and we give our money after we pay all of our expenses to a different charity each month. We started in 1996, so we've been here for quite some time. I came in 96 and volunteered a lot, and then in 2000 I stayed for 4 years, and then I left. So when they needed help here, they said, come back. So that's when I came back, and then when my boss retired, she was like, here. You do it now. And it's been great. It's really fun, and networking with people and meeting people, and like you guys, it's been really great. In the beginning, when we first started the store, we did help a lot of people with, if they had lost their house in a fire, they could come in and get clothing. And we still do stuff like that. Money's got to come from somewhere, so it's crazy. We try to hold it down as much as we can. We don't do advertising. We, don't claim our Google listing and all this. We do whatever's free. And we do have the pricing chart where every Thursday everything bumps down a notch, so things do get less expensive. And then people can decide, well, hey, I'm going to play the game and wait and see if that's here when I come back, and it may not be. But so it's kind of we try to go a little higher than yard sale prices, but also make it fun for people. I always just walk out there and go, don't worry about it. Buy what you want. It won't be much. You'll see when you get to the register. It just feels really nice to let people have fun. And we have customers that come in 4 and 5 times a week. So for them, those prices are really important because, I don't know, it's a way to relax, and it's a way to hang out with us. We try to be friendly and, yeah, Quakerly.
My experience thrifting in the counties, at least, like, the people seem a lot nicer. They seem a lot more, you know, interested in the things that you're buying and what you're doing with them and why you're here. And it's very conversational, and it's sweet. Well, I remember specifically when I bought that chair from Redemption Thrift, like, I remember walking up to the register and immediately it's like, oh my gosh, like, what are you using this for? Like, did you just get into a new apartment? And I was like, yeah, actually, I did. And the only thing that I need for my room is a desk chair. And we got into this entire conversation about it, like what I need and why I need it and what I'm doing with it. And that's been my experience pretty much every time I go, at least to that thrift store. There's also, in St. Vincent de Paul, I used to have this, like, me and my coworkers would go like once a week after our shift there, and there would, like, after 2 or 3 weeks, almost the entire staff knew us by name because they were like, oh, we see you guys all the time, and we would be conversational, and then we knew their names, and we would have conversation at the register over a checkout. Instead of it being transactional, it's more of an interaction.
Quakers have this feeling that there's that of God in everyone, not to get religious, but that's how we, you know, and we do operate on Quaker principles here. We try to treat people kindly and understanding that everyone has their story, and try to honor people and be different from the way the world seems to be working in a lot of cases. People really appreciate that it's like, it's a very A to B kind of situation, you know. The money comes in, we pay off what we need to pay off our people, and then that money goes right to charity every single month. There's no waiting, you know. So I think people really appreciate that, the good that we're doing in the world, and people are so grateful to be able to put clothes on their kids' backs, and elderly people that need equipment like a walker or a wheelchair, if we have it. We're always happy to donate to people, but we hear it all day long. If we can't sell things, or if things have been in the store for a little while, we have a gentleman that comes and picks up 2 or 3 times a week, and a woman, and they just take things into these lower income Hispanic communities, beep the horn. People come out and take a van load of stuff away. And so we're donating. I mean, we have donated stuff all over the world, and a lot of these people that pick up the clothing will send it to Guatemala, send it to El Salvador. So not only are we helping our own community with people that have issues or tragedies, but we're helping the global community as well.
These smaller kind of religious-owned businesses tend to care a little bit less about profit and a little bit more about just the actual act of thrifting, and about recycling clothes, and about, you know, being able to give to the people that need it. I think sustainability as far as clothes go is really important, because it's nice to know that the clothes that you buy have lived a life before you and could live another life again, rather than just coming straight from the factory and off of the rack and into your closet and into the trash. Being able to kind of recycle those things just, you know, feels a little bit more meaningful. I experience a lot of community in thrifting because it's usually like a social activity for me, you know, bringing my friends with me and we go thrifting together. I also do a lot of clothing exchanges with my friends, you know, where before we go and donate a bag of clothes to a Goodwill or something, we'll give them to each other to look through first and basically just get them for free. But usually those clothes have already been thrifted, and that's just a nice kind of sense of sharing an interest in aesthetics and sharing, I don't know, just being able to know that your clothes lived in your friend's closet beforehand feels, it's kind of nice. That it's like the sisterhood of the traveling pants. It's like shared loves and shared items. Thrifting is important because it's affordable for people who don't have a lot of money and for people who want to be able to express themselves throughout clothes, which is a very easy way to express yourself and should be a very affordable way to express yourself, and can be if you know the right thrift stores to go to. And then outside of clothes, things like furniture and, making your house feel like home shouldn't have to be a big blow to the bank account. I think that thrifting in the surrounding counties, that experience always seems to be a little bit more wholesome. Sometimes I feel as though these shops in the city, whether it's because like there's a lot of foot traffic there or the people that work there are more detached from the actual organization, it seems kind of transactional. The inner city thrift stores, I think, are trying to take advantage a little bit of college students who can't go anywhere else. So if you're able to go elsewhere, I think you totally should, because there's some really hidden treasures, I think, in the counties.
This place is wildly like spiritual. People connect here all the time. Like if you say, I need a stroller, one comes in a few minutes, people are like, whoa. So there's always this kind of feeling of something magic is happening here. It's pretty amazing. Having a philanthropy and community service built right into what you do every day, that's beautiful. Service to others is the way to be happy. And we get a lot of positive feedback, So maybe, and I don't know, it's a part of my personality now. It's a very loving place. People come and stay, and they leave, and then they come back because they see what it's like out there, and it's better here. So, yeah, I really am grateful. This place has been like a force in my life.
Thrift stores like in the city are so insanely overpriced. We just went to a thrift store in the city where there's like a pair of jeans for $50, and I just bought 4 things for $7.
You've been here 30 years?
Yeah, no, you guys are great. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Thank you. Do you want to see this receipt? $7.42. And I got a business card and 2 pieces of candy. So think about that.